say, man? Good morning, afternoon, and evening to the youngest. It's JT, aka Sage Productions, and today will be starting something new. You feel me? I know y'all don't be hearing my voice much besides me raging or besides me giving call offs and such, but we gonna make a new series. You feel me? Introduce something new. We gonna be doing the guys tips and tricks videos on a game called Paladins. Now, if you don't know what Paladins is basically Overwatch. It's the same, but it's very different. You know, unlike Overwatch, every character, well, mainly all the roster, isn't just damage. You feel me? You got flanks, you got healers, you got tanks, then you got damage. You know, and as you see on screen, the person with the sword, that's Zen. Zen is a flank champion. And the normal health for a champion in general is like 2,000 to 2,020 health, or 200 health, yeah. And basically you all got different roles when playing each character. You know, we got a Terminus who's a frontline, he a tank. You got a Furia up top who's a healer. Torval, he's also a tank, and Vivian, she's a damage. And I'm playing flank. So as a flank, since that's gonna be the first guide we're gonna be talking about, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to play as a flank. You know, how to get behind the enemy back lines and attack their offense, and that way you deplete their defense that way. So basically, like you would play a Genji in Overwatch, or if you're not familiar with Overwatch, I'll just stick to using terms in this game, as you would play with a Sky or a Maeve or an Androxus, which I'm going to be showing you guys later on. But basically, a flank's job is to get behind enemy backlines, flank their spawn, deplete their defense with your offense, and play as a damage while you're flanking. So, for example, as you can see how the front line in front of me, the Terminus, the guy with the axe, how he pushes up with me, I flanked to the left, and when he knew I flanked to the left, I got everyone there low, so he just pulled up and got kills, which gave me elimination. So that's my whole job. I go for killing blows and the limbs. That's my job. I gotta go kill anything that I can, or if I can't, I retreat and go to my healer or to my front line. That way I could regen health and then go back and push a fight. But in this gameplay, I didn't die at all. I didn't get no deaths. I was just playing smart because it's a ranked game, and I'm in the qualifiers now because they just had a new 2-point update and a new ranking system. So yeah, that's that. But okay, as you can see here, how I just countered and billowed. I used my utilities right. I countered his attack, which Zen could do, and then I billowed away, which is basically like a transparent type of ability that you don't take damage from. It's basically like an easy retreat or a flee. So I left like for a second or two, then as soon as I got my health back up, I came right back with a fire strike and killed him. So basically that's what you want to do as a flank. You want to make sure that you got high mobility and you're able to retreat and get into fights just as well as you can get out of them, or vice versa. And as you see, I'm behind my front line right there with the shield, just playing smart, just push the things that I know I can. Since my team's with me, I don't have to worry about having to retreat quick and not worry about doing as much damage or flanking the spawn as much. I'm just playing smart and playing with my team. That's all you do as a flank. You push battles by yourself at times, and you try to get a tank or any other champion that you know will run into your team or pose a threat low. You want to get them low as possible without dying. Now, if you do die, with an exception, if they are low, a teammate can finish them off and you get the elim. But if they don't, then you can just come back, try to do the same thing but smarter. That's why it's smart to use a flank with high mobility, because high mobility is key in a game like Paladins, especially if you're using a damage like Leon, where you got chances to slide away, you got chances to do damage, and you can flee. Or if you got someone like Sky, who not necessarily is like a high movement flank, but she can turn invisible and she can smoke screen herself and you can't see her. So basically she's like a stalker type. But if you have someone like Maeve or Talus who can place portals and use pounce abilities to go high in the air, or run really fast with like a sprint, same as Koga and Victor, but Victor's a damage. You just want a champion with high mobility when playing a flank or playing a damage flank, who can get behind enemy backlines, do damage and retreat smart retreats and smart damage outputs, because you don't want to just rush into like a front line, for example, a Terminus, and then a damage, a Victor or a Tyra, and then another flank that's there just in case someone like a Talus or Eve, because or Eevee, because they get like good damage. So then if you just tanking damage and you know you don't have that much health, you're gonna get depleted. Like, you're gonna get erased quickly. So your whole thing is play smart and don't push things that you know you won't win or get out of. Now, I'm guilty of this, I've made mistakes, but in this game, as you can see, I billowed away, I healed up, and then I came back with my team, and I flanked left. That's the thing, you gotta make sure you flank and have good positioning, because if you're going against someone like a Zen, as you see I'm using, but you got an Androxus. Now, your advantages as an Androxus is you got high mobility, you can go in the air, you can fly basically, you can hover if you have your ult, you could drift in the air and then use your ult and then just spray down on them. But you both have a counter. Androxus and Zen have a counter that counteract each other. So if you shoot an attack at me and I counter it, you can counter that attack right back at me. So you just got to make sure you know what your opponent is capable of and know what he or she can do and cannot do at a moment's notice. Now, as you can see, this Cassie, she was trying her best to kill me, and her flank tried to come help, but me knowing my shots and me connecting them and being healed by my healer, I was able to get rid of the crowd control abilities that was being used against me, billow away, heal up, and then come back right with a push. And the same thing is happening now, how I got in on the front line, got in the limb from my damage champion who was helping me out, and then I was just playing smart. I would just keep dishing out damage and staying with my team, and then when I pushed up here on my Vivian, I just moved right. That way we trapped the person she was fighting, and then we just spawn trapped the Nara as soon as she came out of spawn, got rid of the crowd control, and got the victory. It's just that simple. You just got to make sure you know what you're doing at a moment's notice and know how to get in a fight and get out of one. And our tank right here, our front line, Torvald, got to play the game. And on certain maps, you gotta watch out for area. You feel me? Your surroundings, you gotta watch out for that. And that's also a good thing of being a high mobility champion. You can get out of like hazardous situations when it comes to nature, because you don't want to use your whirl. And my whirl is the attack where I just blade dance while I like fly forward, spinning in a circle with my sword. That's what whirl is. So for Zen, if you're using whirl, you don't want to whirl outside of the map and then commit suicide. You don't want to kill yourself trying to either flee or trying to kill a certain champion. You don't want to do that. So just make sure that you with any champion you use, it don't matter if it's a damage, a flank, a front line, with any champion you're using, you just want to make sure that you know what you're doing at the right time, push up, fight, and be smart about it, and retreat when you can. And that's about all for this flank video. I'm going to make a top 3 flanks to use, but that's all. I'm JT and I'm out. Peace.
Damn! Oh, this freaking Androxus came behind us, dude. Freaking flanked, man. Alright, we gotta get back in there. We only got 30.
There's an Androxus on y'all? Already
nah,
got
dude,
Vanessa
freaking
and
Androxus flanked on me.
I got him.
Oh, let's go. We got it. Oh, that dude's a one-shot. Oh, yeah, that Tyro was low. I know that. Shoot, get the Knessa, buddy.
Oh, that's an Androxus coming there, yes. He low. Got his ass.